day 4 of our island adventures. We are once again back in the ferry terminal because our boat is gonna arrive in around 10 minutes, and then, as I said, we're going to our next island, which is going to be Kozushima, which is kind of the most southern island in this island group of the 5 Izo islands. And yeah, unfortunately, the weather forecast is pretty bad. Right now it's kind of still clear and everything, but in the afternoon it's supposed to be like raining, and also for the next days, for the next 2 days it's supposed to be the same. So we're not exactly sure what we're gonna do. If we are still lucky with the weather today, we might go for a swim today, and then afterwards, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, for now it's gonna be another 1 hour ferry ride to the last island over there. I think you can't see it right now because of the clouds, but yeah, looking forward to exploring that island as well. Hopefully we're lucky with the weather. So welcome to Kozushima. Just made it to our accommodation where we're gonna be staying for the next 2 nights. That is
not 2 nights.
Oh yeah, actually 1 night. So the thing is, we're actually planning on staying here for 2 nights, but as you might have seen, the weather was really pretty bad on the ferry, and right now it's kind of okay. It's not raining, some blue sky, but it's gonna get much worse tomorrow and then on the next few days because there's like a typhoon coming. So we're only gonna be staying here for 1 night instead of the 2 nights that we were planning. And another unfortunate thing is that all of the beaches are kind of closed today for swimming because, well, the weather is pretty bad. The ferry was really like swaying almost completely when we were like docking to the port. But yeah, I think we're still gonna check out that one really cool spot that I said where you can do some cliff jumping, just to see how it's like. Be there, we can swim there, but yeah, that's unfortunate. And there's a hot spring on the way to there as well, so I think we're gonna, instead of swimming in the ocean, we're gonna swim in the hot springs. If it rains, that would be a cool atmosphere as well anyways. And then yeah, I think just check out a few things on the island, and then tomorrow we're gonna probably leave with the early morning ferry at around 10 a.m. Unfortunate, because this island, like from what we've been shown and told, is really cool. You have beautiful starry skies, some of the best stars that you can see in Japan probably, or like at least in the main island of Japan, with very few light pollution. Again, not possible to see that today because of the clouds. You also have some really beautiful beaches, like the place that I mentioned, the cliff jumping space. Apparently if you swim there, it's like you're swimming in an aquarium with all of the beautiful fishes. That's really cool. You also have a pretty interesting mountain, Mount Tenjo, which I was hoping that we could hike maybe, or I could hike, I guess. Judith is not that into hiking. Alright, so let's unpack, unwind, and get ready. So we are right now at the very popular wooden pathway bridge spot, but unfortunately it's closed because well, strong winds and everything, high waves, which is really unfortunate. But it looks really beautiful. Like you can normally walk all the way over there, and you have a great view kind of out on the ocean, and you can do some like cliff jumping and everything on normal times, like normal day. But yeah, unfortunately right now weather's pretty bad, so can't go too much swimming and can't do much here. So I guess we're just gonna wait for the bus back home, which is gonna be the same bus. It's just gonna return in like 5 minutes from now. And yeah, after that we're just going to maybe go in the onsen or something. And after that, I don't know what we'll do on the island. It kind of depends on the weather as well. Can't go swimming, but maybe can check out some other spots. Maybe. We'll see. So I hope that you can hear me, but yeah, we are back in the town now. The place that we went to before was called, I don't know, something hot spring center. I'll put it down below. But it's actually one of the biggest in volume hot springs in Japan, and it has kind of free outdoor pools where you can co-ed, so you can go together with a bathing suit or like a bikini, and you have basically one big bath, and then you have this really cool one on the top. It's kind of overlooking the sea. And it's pretty cool. I think you can get a ticket here if you buy it at the visitor center for 600 yen, around $6 per person. Otherwise, if you buy it there, it's 800 yen per person, or $8. And you can also get some food there, which is where we had lunch. So it was pretty decent, I would say, and decently priced as well. I think we're still gonna check out like at least the town beach, not necessarily to swim, but like to just chill on the beach. And yeah, I think it's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna obviously show you the dinner that we have included in the price of our place that we are staying at, which is hopefully gonna be really good as well. And yeah, I think it's gonna be it for today. And tomorrow we will most likely leave in the morning, as I said, and go back to Tokyo, unless something changes as far as maybe they're gonna open the beaches tomorrow because the weather is not as shit as they expected it to be. But yeah, most likely it's gonna be it for our time here on Kozushima and also a time on the Tokyo Islands. So I'm gonna kind of do a recap after dinner, kind of all of the islands, and also just a general recap of the whole trip and of Kozushima. But I'll do a separate kind of guide on how to travel to the islands and all of the information you need in a separate video. But yeah, for now, there is a tea delivery.
food. What do we have? Please explain.
Sashimi.
And?
Salad.
And?
Miso soup.
And?
Fish.
What kind of fish?
Kinmedai.
And?
Shrimp fries.
And?
Cabbage.
And?
Lemon.
And?
Potato salad.
And?
Melon.
And?
Nashi. Pear. I guess. No.
And?
Adam. Adam.
Welcome back to the hotel room. So I said yesterday that I wanted to kind of do a recap in the evening, but I thought I'd show you the breakfast footage as well, which was pretty decent. Also the dinner last night was really pretty decent. I think the old lady here is running the place all by herself, so she's doing all of the cleaning, check-in, driving people from the port to here, driving people back to the port, and also all of the cooking and everything, cleaning up. So yeah, considering that, I think it was pretty good. But yeah, the weather right now looks kind of decent, but again, it's very changing. In the morning it looked very nice when we woke up, but then soon after that it started pouring rain like crazy. And right now it's looking good again, but again, later on it's probably gonna start raining again, and rain and sun. It's gonna just continue, so I think it's better just to leave today before the very heavy rain starts coming in tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, when we might not even be able to leave. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for our time on Kozushima and also our time on the Tokyo Islands. So I thought I'll just do a small kind of recap of the 3 or I guess 4 islands that we visited, and kind of talk a little bit about what was worth visiting there, and just a general if you wanna like go to that island, if it's worth or not. So the first island was Toshima. Toshima is a very kind of undeveloped island, very rural. There's not a lot of stuff there. There's two restaurants, both of which were closed. There's a few small stores that sell just some food and everything, but otherwise there's really not much to see there. It's also not an island for swimming because it's very cliffy, has a lot of strong currents. There's only one kind of small beach in the near the port where you can kind of swim, but again, it's nothing compared to the other beaches on any other town. However, what it does have is a really beautiful night sky, starry sky, and that is honestly probably the main appeal out of it. And also just it's kind of not having a lot of people there, so it's kind of like a laid back island, I would say, with very few cars, very few modern stuff and everything. And if you do go between January and March, this is the main season for all of those I forgot what the name of the plant is or the flower is, but like those flowers that grow on around 80% of the island, they are in full bloom during that season, so I think that looks really beautiful with all of the blooming flowers. The next island was Nijima Island, which was much more developed and definitely more of an interesting island as far as things to do. The island is kind of built up between two kind of rocky areas, or two, I guess, hills or mountains, and then in the middle you have kind of more of a flat section. This is where all of the main attractions are located, all of the beaches, that kind of viewpoint where you have the view out on the ocean, the white towers, all of the restaurants and everything are located there. Definitely a really cool place to explore. Definitely would recommend renting a bicycle. You can get one for around 1,000, I believe 1,000 or 1,500 yen a day, which is around $10, and then you can just explore freely. The roads are busier than Toshima, but not as busy, so you can easily get around. Definitely would recommend checking out some of the beaches. The one near the city center is actually really nice, Maehama, but then you can also go a little bit further near the hot springs, which are also worth checking out. But near the hot springs there's some nice beaches to swim around there, and just explore around the island to try to find some cool stuff. If you are into surfing, there are some really cool surfing spots there as well, with some really cool waves. And yeah, I would say Nijima also has some really good food. The sushi that we had on the last day was really, really good. Some of the best sushi I've had in Japan, I would say. Yeah, Nijima also very convenient to get to, very convenient to get around, and just still has this kind of nice island vibe. And then the day trip that we did from Nijima was to Shikinejima. We didn't really see anything around the island, but this one beach, the Tomomi beach, that is right next to the port, around 5 minutes walking or so. That is really nice, this kind of secured kind of bay with very beautiful snorkeling opportunities. Certainly the best snorkeling we had on all of the islands. You can see some really beautiful fish just by swimming around, a lot of different interesting marine wildlife. So that would be recommended if you're going there. You can take a ferry in the morning and then leave by lunchtime, or leave in the afternoon and explore around the island, maybe some more as well. Just not just on that beach, but maybe some other parts of the island as well. And then the last island that we are on now, Kozushima. This island seems really cool. Like it seems like a really interesting place that has some amazing beaches, has some amazing scenery. It has a lot of different interesting nature, like the mountain that I mentioned yesterday, which has alpine flowers and everything, despite it only being 500 meters high. But unfortunately for us, the weather was really bad, or apparently it is very bad, so swimming is not allowed, which is certainly one of the main draws of this island. And it's just the constant changing of the weather means that, yeah, it's just not much to do here, unfortunately. So that's where we're gonna leave. But I think we're gonna be back at some point in the future, because seeing this island when it's normal, I guess, and not like during rainy times, I think would be really cool. So I would still recommend coming, but just make sure to check the weather before, because you don't wanna be stuck in like just rain, like we are. And yeah, I think that's almost all of the islands that we visited in the left archipelago of the Tokyo Islands. There's only Oshima left, but Oshima is kind of for us very close to home, more or less. It's only 45 minutes away by boat from Atami, so it's always possible to do that as an overnight trip, or even maybe as a day trip from home. But yeah, those were all of the islands that we visited in Tokyo, the Tokyo Islands. If you watched all 4 videos, then let me know what your favorite part of the island adventure was. For me personally, it was the starry sky on day 2, because I've never seen so many shooting stars and so many beautiful stars. And also seeing just the Milky Way with the naked eye was really cool. But yeah, with that said, that's gonna be it for the island adventure. Again, as I said, I will do kind of a separate video on all of the information you need if you want to travel around the island. So how do you book accommodation, how do you book transportation, how do you get around, and all of the kind of useful information that you can use if you want to travel here yourself. But yeah, that's it. I think now it's just gonna be time to go back home. And yeah, as always, like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.